The next topic is multidimensional arrays. The arrays with more than one dimension are called multidimensional arrays. Although humans cannot easily visualize objects with more than three dimensions, representing multidimensional arrays presents no problem to our computers. Then the declaration of a two-dimensional array. The syntax is data type array name within square bracket size 1 within square bracket size 2. Here the data type is the name of some type of data such as integer or character or float. Also the size 1 and the size 2 are the sizes of the arrays first and second dimensions respectively. Here is an example of defining the 8 by 8 array of integers similar to a chessboard. Remember, because C arrays are 0 based, the indices on each side of the chessboard array run from 0 through 7 rather than 1 through 8. Then the declaration of a three-dimensional array. A three-dimensional array such as a cube can be declared as follows. The syntax is variable type array name within square bracket size 1, size 2 and size 3. Arrays do not have to be shaped like squares and cubes. Each dimension of the array can be given a different size as follows. The integer non-cube sizes, size 1 is 2, size 2 is 6 and the size 3 is 8. The three-dimensional arrays and higher are stored in the same basic way as are the two-dimensional ones. They are kept in computer memory as a linear sequence of variables, and the last index is always the one that varies the fastest. The next two last, and so on. A multidimensional array is an array with more than one level or dimension. The number of subscripts determines the dimensionality of an array. For example, x of 5 refers to an element of a one-dimensional array x. Similarly, y of I j refers to an element of two-dimensional array y, and so on. Multidimensional arrays are initialized in the same way as a single-dimensional arrays. For example, a 2D array, the two-dimensional array is an array of arrays, meaning it is a matrix of rows and columns. Think of a table. A 3D array adds another dimension, turning into an array of arrays of arrays. Multidimensional arrays are initialized in the same way as single-dimensional arrays, as I have mentioned earlier. For example, the integer b, the size 1 is 3, size 2 is 5. That is, it contains 3 rows and 5 columns. The initialization can also be represented by this way. Both the initialization is equally valid but does not clearly illustrate to another programmer where one row ends and another begins. Another example is the integer, that is VAL of the size 1 is 3, size 2 is 4. That is, this element is in the position of the variable VAL 0, 0. This one is 0, 1. This one is 0, 2. Then 0, 3. This one is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. This one is 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2 and 2, 3. In this way, initialization start with this element and end by this element. The next one is an unsized array initialization. If unsized arrays are declared, the C compiler automatically creates an array big enough to hold all the initializers. This is called an unsized array. The following is an example of declaration or initialization. This program illustrates the size 1 is not mentioned. That is, the size is not mentioned in this array. So it is an unsized array. The next one is an accessing multidimensional arrays. The elements of a multidimensional array are stored in a block of computer memory. In scanning this block from its start to its end, the order of storage is such that the last subscript of the array varies most rapidly, whereas the first varies least rapidly. The next one is an working with two-dimensional arrays. The most important application of the two-dimensional array is with a matrix. A matrix is defined as an ordered rectangular array of numbers. They can be used to represent systems of linear equations. Then transpose of a matrix. The transpose of a matrix is found by exchanging rows for columns. That is, for matrix A equals A subscript ij, the transpose of A is A to the power of t, that is A transpose, which equals A to the subscript of ji, where I is the row number and j is the column number. The transpose of a matrix A would be given by A with some numbers. Here the rows are replaced by columns. In case of a square matrix, that is M is equal to N, the transpose can be used to check if a matrix is symmetric. For a symmetric matrix, A which is equal to A transpose of a matrix. The next one is the matrix addition and subtraction. First we discuss about matrix addition. The two matrices A and B can be added or subtracted if and only if their dimensions are same. That is, both matrices have an identical amount of rows and columns. Here, in addition, the sum is found by adding the corresponding elements, that is Aij plus Bij. Here in subtraction, the difference is found by subtracting the corresponding elements Aij minus Bij, provided the matrices are of the same type. This program illustrates matrix addition. In this program, we define the header files, then we define the symbolic constants, that is the row and the column. First of all, we are getting the row 1 elements, then column 1 elements, then row 2 elements and the column 2 elements. After that, if row 1 equals row 2 and column 1 equals column 2, then addition is possible. If it is not equal, then addition is not possible in this case. Matrix subtraction is created in a similar way, just like addition. The next one is a matrix multiplication. Here, when the number of columns of the first matrix is the same as the number of rows in the second matrix, then matrix multiplication can be performed. Here is an example. The matrix multiplication for 2 cross 2 matrices. Then here is an example for 3 cross 3 matrices. Matrix multiplication is illustrated in this program. Here the same as we are getting the row elements and the column elements. When the number of columns of the first matrix is the same as the number of rows in the second matrix, then matrix multiplication can be performed. Otherwise, matrix multiplication is not possible. The next one is finding the norm of a matrix. The norm of a matrix is defined as the square root of the sum of the squares of the elements of the matrix. This is illustrated in this program. The next topic is a two-dimensional array using strings. Declaration of two-dimensional array using strings. A two-dimensional array of strings can be declared as follows. The data type, string array name, row size, and then column size. The example is character is the data type, is the array name, row size is 5 and column size is 30. Then initialization of an two-dimensional array using strings. Two-dimensional string arrays can be initialized as shown here. That is, character is the data type, is the string array name, 5 is the row size and 10 is the column size, which equals the parenthesis, open parenthesis, within double quotes, that is CWO, that is cow, then the double quote is closed, then comma goat, then comma ram, comma dog, comma cat, then closed parenthesis, which is equivalent to this thing. Every row is a string, that is s of I is a string here. The below the two lines are, these type of declarations are invalid one. This program demonstrates how an individual string of an array of strings can be used to take input from the user. As mentioned before, each row, that is s of I, if s is the array of strings of an array of strings, is a string. The another program, that is program 2, checks whether the number is odd or even without using any control statement. Finally, I hope you understand the concepts of arrays and strings in C programming. Thank you all. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.